she started a faceless channel and started making hundreds of dollars, in her second month of making faceless content. But unfortunately, her channel got demonetized. She was among the channel that got demonetized. So what this shows, but this same lady can't show her face, because I suggested to her, okay, you can start a channel, start making content on what you're interested in. But she said, no, I can't show my face. So sometimes we don't know that there are a lot of things we can benefit as creators apart from the revenue that the platform pays. You can impact life. There's some things you can say that will touch somebody else at the other end of the world. So many don't understand this. So in this session, I'm going to just break them down just bit by bit. And I'm not an academician, so I flow in the conversational style. So if you enjoy this style of content, making this session interesting, just let me know. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I can see that we have about 14 people online, but we have only 9 likes. So please, I will appreciate, so that I will know that you people are feeling me, and I will give you my best. So now the major thing here, let me just take this up. So before you start, you need to have an idea. You need to have an idea of what you want to do. When you want to start a YouTube channel, whether faceless or face on content, whether you want to show your face or you want to make faceless content, you need to have an idea. And I won't advise you to start maybe because you heard someone is making thousands of dollars monthly from creating content on their platform, or on their channel. That should trigger you to, that shouldn't be the only motive or the reason why you are starting a YouTube channel. Because when you start, you'll be surprised that you might not even achieve the success that the person achieved. So one thing you need to understand is that everybody, we are different. We have different experience. And like I shared earlier, I turned 50s 2 days ago. And so this now put me on the older, when we talk about the older generations. For those of you that know about YouTube audience and YouTube and geography and demography, you can understand that I'm now on the higher level. So we have a lot of things to share. We have a lot we need to share. So when you're keeping those things behind you, it's just like they said, the richest place on earth is the graveyard, because I want to. Now, knowledge is not power again. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is not power anymore. Action, execution is the in thing today. Because anything you want to know right now, any kind of thing, like as I am right now, I know I'm not a medical person, but if I decide that I want to get a lot of information about human anatomy, I can just get it and even have the same level of knowledge as someone that has practiced it for several years. Information is everywhere. We are now beyond the information age. It's just like we're in the execution age, because anything you ask AI, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and the rest, they will give you the information. So information is not the problem. The problem now is execution. And one of the biggest challenge I noticed is that even with this, a lot of information flooding here and there, it's a big problem, because it also creates distraction. People are more of consumers than creators. They don't create, they consume. You can imagine if you go, like I use a Samsung phone. Every week, it gives me a weekly report of how long I stayed on my phone, the apps I use frequently, how many hours I spend, and all that. And I use that to check myself. So I want to be more of a creator. So when it comes to creating content on YouTube, you need to be more of a creator than a consumer. So another thing I notice again is when we have this idea, we always want the perfect time, the perfect timing. okay, when I'm done with this, I want to get this, I want to do that. When you give yourself that you need a perfect time to start, I don't think you will ever start. Just like what my host just said, what Arietta said, she said that the best time to start was 10 years ago, and the next best time is today. So if you have been thinking of starting a YouTube channel, I think the best time is to start. You start right now. Like I just started a new channel some weeks ago, and I'll start posting there. I think I went live, that should be 2 days ago, and I'll be going live there tomorrow. I'm making more content, something totally different from what I do on my main channel. So this time around, if you know you really want to be a creator, you'll be less of a consumer, be less of a content consumer, and be more of a content creator. That is number one. Then the next, many of us do, because I've seen people complaining that like, I don't have the camera on my phone is not sharp enough. I live in a noisy background. Those of us that live in Lagos, you know that Lagos is one of the noisiest places on the earth. So, but okay, let me say, thankfully, I have the equipment to suppress the noises around me. But even at your own situation, you can also find time. If you really want to be a content creator, just like I said, if you don't want to be a consumer, you need to start creating something. You need to start creating something. There's a creator I saw, I watched on Instagram some time ago. So this creator, I think he's a creator, he's based in Ibadan. I think Ibadan, I mean the suburb of Ibadan, very, very local area. So according to him, he said he was ashamed to share his environment. So each time you want to make content, he make it in a very, private or secluded area so that people won't know where he's coming from. So you won't believe that the day he started showing off where he lives, even show his house in a shanty place, people started donating, I mean, sending him donation, supporting him in his content creating. He eventually got a phone, he got a wireless mic. Now he's looking for a better space where he's going to stay, start making his content. So you don't have any excuse if you really want to share what is inside, outside. You don't need to let anything to be a barrier.